Welcome back to a Family Food Supply. Today we're going to do a lot of cooking. Maybe less than what we thought because somebody slept in. And we're going to do some organizing of some recipe packs.
We did a little bit of prep work last night, much less than we had hoped. Got back a bit later than planned. Kevin took out everything that needed to be defrosted, got some beans soaking, and Grayson started another batch of the gingerbread granola, which someone checked on, but forgot to add time to the dehydrator, so it got checked on, but then it stopped dehydrating in the middle of the night.
So, breakfast is going to be interesting.
It's going to be kind of a hodgepodge breakfast. We're also going to be trying some smoothies that are in the December recipe pack.
Yeah, the seasonal eggnog and gingerbread. All right, let's go to the kitchen and have some breakfast. Okay. Breakfast at 10 o'clock. It seems like all of our cooking videos start at 10 o'clock breakfast. That's okay. Here's
That's
the
good.
new batch.
Thank you, Grayson.
It is good. Here's the old batch. All right, we're going to dish this up and eat some breakfast.
So when we're not making our own yogurt, we will use a Greek yogurt and ideally unflavored because most of the flavored yogurts are filled with sugar. We like to add our own sweeteners, maple syrup, honey. The granola in itself does a lot of flavoring. Especially this granola, it's delicious.
Normally we plan our meals around the weather, so if it's cold out, we typically don't eat a cold meal, but we have a lot of cooking that we wanted to do today, so we went for an easier meal. You like it, Elias? Zane, what do you think, bud?
I didn't try it yet.
You haven't tried it yet. What do you guys think?
I have it.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
She was ready for a smoothie.
Okay, so I have had some questions on the recipe packs and different options for printing and binding and all of that. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that if you have gotten a recipe pack. The first thing that you need to do is, if you're going to be printing it yourself, pick what kind of paper that you're going to use. Then from there, once you've picked your paper, if you're printing at home, you have to figure out how you're going to bind it. You, of course, can always go with the 3-ring binder, which is what most people do because it's what they've known, it's what they have, and it's easy. When we send these out to people, I always go with the spiral bound because it's the best option if you don't have a binding system that you're using. The alternative is a disc bound system, which these are just little round discs that you can actually open this up, you can pull something out, you can put it back, you can move stuff around, you can add to, and all of that. I think it's amazing because it gives you the benefits of a spiral bound, but it gives you the flexibility of a 3-ring binder. So, we love these, don't we? We use disc bound for all of our school stuff.
It's kind of cold outside, so smoothies aren't generally something that we do when it's cold, but we're gonna try them today. I'm gonna start making the gingerbread smoothie. You can find this in the December recipe pack on page 31 in the smoothie section. We're gonna start with about a cup of our ice. 1 scoop of whey, about a tablespoon of peanut butter, about 1 tablespoon of honey or so, 1 tablespoon of molasses.
Next up is some flavor.
With our homemade gingerbread spice mix.
Cool.
1/4 teaspoon of
Next up is a little bit of vanilla powder. It's going to be 1/4 teaspoon because Harbor can't talk.
I kept wanting to say salt, I don't know why.
What I'm actually going to be doing today is, since we officially have 4 recipe packs out, I am going to be putting them together in one pack. So, like I said, I have a stack here of the recipe packs, and you'll notice there's actually 5. The reason why there's 5 is because this first one is actually an index. I'm going to include a link in the description below where you can grab the index for the recipe packs for free. Now, when you get these, you will notice it's an index of all of the recipes in a couple different ways. So the first is alphabetical, and on here, it literally lists all of the recipes alphabetically. It tells you what recipe pack it's in and what page number it is on. And then the next section is categories. And so rather than just being in alphabetical order, we have all of the appetizers and all of the beverages and all of the breakfasts and everything by category that is in.
Press play. Ooh.
Looks like Harbor and Kevin made our smoothies. So we're gonna give one a try or both of them.
First one.
Just one? Which one is it?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
The eggnog?
Just try it.
Is it eggnog?
It's really good.
What is it?
Is it not eggnog? Is it the gingerbread?
Which one is it?
Was it the gingerbread? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they have similar spices in them.
Yeah. Give it a try, Elias.
This is
What do you think?
This is just meant to hold these. Before I start punching, I want to give you 2 very important tips when it comes to printing your recipe packs. Number 1, they're meant to be printed double-sided. So when you do so, it'll save paper and it'll make sense because when you get to certain parts that are supposed to, they'll flat lay open with each other. Number 2, you want to look through the recipe pack before you print it because at the back of some of the later recipe packs, it includes labels. Okay, so while Breslin is over here coloring, I'm gonna start punching.
Sing. Huh?
Same, yeah, good job, Breslin.
I want to do.
So we're gonna open up. We're gonna put the index first, okay? That's it. 4 recipe packs in 1 binder. And here, I can show you. You got the index, October, November, December, and the holiday. Okay, so one of my favorite things about this pack of recipe packs, along with the index, is that for those days that we don't meal plan, not that it's not gonna be great for meal planning, it's gonna be an excellent tool for that in itself. But for the days that we don't meal plan and I say, I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner, I can go grab this, I can open it up to the main courses, and I can say, let's go with that one. And I know that the recipe is in here, it's good for our family, it's ready to go. One of the kids can find it, they can go to the right recipe pack and the right page number, and they can make dinner.
All right, chili time.
He said he'll say
All right, we soaked our beans, we got those done. Cooked these guys for a little bit. Nothing fancy about our chili, just brown some meat, put everything in, and let it cook. All right, we just got a beef order the other day. Come take a look at this ground beef. I love that. I don't know what else to say, but that is amazing. That is my favorite right there. Looks like my chili seasoning is out, so we have a tiny bit, but that's not enough for our batch chili. So we're gonna whip up a batch of the chili seasoning using a spice mix recipe card. All right, we got the meat browned, veggies are in, we got the onion, celery, the tomato, Harbor. Thank you for whipping up the chili seasoning. And then about 1/2 cup. Gadoosh. All right, next is molasses and brown sugar, I think. Harper's gonna whip up some brown sugar, and I'm gonna put a splishy splash of some Worcestershire in the chili.
All right, so I have Zayden here with me to make up our French onion seasoning mix. Now, the great thing is that we're gonna make some French onion dip, but we're going to make enough French onion seasoning mix to make about 5 batches of French onion dip, so that next time we don't have to pull out all the spices and it's ready to go. We just throw it in with sour cream. Okay, so we're going to make about a pint jar worth of seasoning mix, but to make it easier, we're gonna mix it in a quart jar and then dump it in there. All right, so let's start with 10 tablespoons of minced onion. 10. And you want it, yep, perfect. Good job. 1.
3.
4. Let's shake it off a little bit. And no, you just keep going. But shake it off like you did the first few. No, shake it. Sometimes it just goes everywhere. 7.
10.
And then we have this one. And sometimes things aren't perfect. And we're just going to say 10. Because I knew it wasn't enough and I didn't want to have to go get more. Whenever we're done, we're going to put the lid all the way up.
Why did you do it all?
Well, I wanted to do that one. Okay? Alright, so you're going to do 3 tablespoons of salt. And then look, let's take the jar and go like that so you can get a bigger scoop.
It's really messy right here.
How did that happen?
Dad was in the kitchen.
That was me. I missed that.
I like the accountability. And that one, the onion powder and garlic powder are sticky. So try not to make this big of a mess. Yep, 1. I think we're good.
Good job, buddy.
All right.
What about the
So,
next one?
French onion seasoning mix done. Okay, so we're going to take our 1 tub of sour cream, which is about 2 cups, and we're going to throw 4 tablespoons of the seasoning mix in there.
Get it, dude.
You want to stir it up first a little bit?
It's really hard. I can't stir it with this. Oh, smush it really.
We're just mixing it all up.
I've got some fun birthday dates.
I did not mean to do
It's okay.
How did you
It's
manage
okay.
to do that?
It's
Stop
okay.
eating that.
Alright, why don't we put this in? That parsley likes to float to the top. So here, we're going to do 4 tablespoons. What's that?
2.
Try it. Take a look.
Is it good? What it made?
You did something delicious.
I love French onion dip so much. It's so much better than the stuff I used to buy at the store. You want to lick this one?
No.
Good job, Zayden. Thank you for your help. Okay, so we just took something that probably would have taken me maybe 5 minutes max on my own, and it took over a half hour. But those are the things where you need to understand when you're working with young kids that it's totally okay and it's totally worth it. The big mess, the not so perfect measuring and all of that is all things that you just need to tell yourself that it's all good, it's part of the experience, and it's something that's so valuable for them. Because when he gets older, he's going to be proficiently cooking meals in the kitchen like some of our older kids are. And it all starts here, doing stuff like this at a young age.
It's beginning to look a lot like...
Lyndon, I said,
I
Thursday is also known as being Flexible Thursday. In case you hadn't realized. We got some leftover tacos from last night. We got whatever these are called. Lost the word.
Apples.
Yep. Carrots. This is the French onion dip. We got some potato chips.
We got a Mimi.
We got a Mimi. Alright. Alright. Let's just get through dish and check in later. Now it's time to do some Advent stuff.
Gamora. It's a jet. It's a jet. Oh, so it's
Yum!
humbug. I said here.
To eat all your candy.
To eat all my candy.
Did we? Oh, you know what? I think we did.
Alright, lunch is done. Advent was amazing. We read these books. This one, that's a good one.
The other day we asked the kids what of our different Advent traditions that we do was their most favorite, and their favorite was to open a book each day.
Yeah, books are fun.
Out of all the candy and Legos and
Everything.
other reading and all of that.
Dinner's gonna be kind of light. I don't know. The chili's cooked. Harbor's gonna go in the kitchen and I'm gonna help her bake out some cornbread. And I'm gonna do some canning of the pinto beans. And I'm going to.
I'm leaving Kevin on his own.
Yep. She's gonna.
And the pinto beans.
So if we die in 6 months, you know why. Totally kidding. So we'll check in later and see how everybody's doing.
It's hot in. Okay, so a few videos back, we shared a hot chocolate recipe that was kind of a mix up and make all at once sort of a thing. Now we are going to make a hot chocolate mix so that it's more of a dump and go style. It's got some cocoa powder, powdered sugar, and powdered milk in it. Normally, we make our own powdered sugar, but this time of year when we are using really large amounts of it, we buy it. And I usually try and buy organic, but this is just like the, yeah, this is just the C&H brand powdered sugar. So this is going to be super simple because I have 2 pounds of powdered sugar here. That is what this recipe calls for. So we're just going to open this up and dump it in.
Okay, are we doing all this?
Yes, gently. For the cocoa, we actually need 4 cups. 1 quart is 4 cups. Like, we can get it in. You don't have to.
Yeah, Rosalind, you can just like tap it a little bit.
We do reuse these bags that we don't seal, and I usually just wipe them off after we dump the cocoa powder out. Lastly, we need 12 cups of powdered milk. We get the whole milk powder from Azure Standard, and 1 pound is just under 6 cups, so we're gonna call it good and just throw 2 of these in there. You should get one.
Donating at its finest.
This is gonna be a bunch of hot chocolate. Yeah.
Let me give it a quick whisk to start,
And
okay?
then can it go oldest to youngest? Can it, Mom? No, youngest to oldest. No, oldest to youngest. Oh, no matter what, I'm going second.
Oh, they say, isn't it pretty?
Yeah,
I think it's beautiful.
Me too. It's pretty. My head in my head. Bum, bum. Oh.
Okay,
Show me your dancing.
The camera is turning.
okay, so this is supposed to fill, I've got it calculated to fill 6 quarts. So, I'm gonna start with this first one. And we're gonna see how this goes. Whoa. And sometimes when you cook with kids, they make you feel better because you're not the only one making a mess.
I'm not making a mess yet.
Okay, so we've got 5 full quarts here. I've got this one that's a little short. I'm gonna use this one as my single serve jar. And before we make up a big batch for everyone, which will include dumping all of this into a 1/2 gallon of milk or water, we're going to do 1 single serve milk and 1 single serve water to see which one we prefer, and then make the big batch accordingly.
Take a break. I was gonna clean up. Put the lids on everything.
Stop.
You prefer water?
No, it's milk.
I wonder what one I'm gonna like more. Me too.
This is the water.
Oh, so this is milk.
Thank you.
It's really good. It makes me really curious what this is gonna be like.
I like the regular hot chocolate. Mom, can I try it next?
First one.
Oh, why am I doing the last?
Of course.
Breslin, you're up next.
That's even better.
Disney World.
Disney World.
It's yummy.
Or Christmas.
Mom, can I
Here,
sit outside?
the beach.
Mom.
How many what?
You think I remember?
A lot.
That's just the steam coming out of the house. It's 14 degrees outside. Oh. I saw a thing that you're 24 weeks next week? 24 weeks. Oh, man. All right.
Can we get a big bowl?
We can get a big bowl.
Because we're gonna make the bath soak.
Yay.
And it's a rosemary chamomile bath soak. And it's something that you can make like on demand and just throw in the bath. But I'm gonna make, I think, 4 batches and store them in jars so that we can just dump and go. Okay, so we're gonna start with recipes, 2 cups of Epsom salts. We're gonna go 8. We keep jars like this in our bathroom full of different bath mix-ins, one of them being Epsom salt. The Epsom salt one is actually huge, so this will just get dumped in with that. Next, we are going to do 2 cups of baking soda. Recipe 1 batch is a 1/2 cup, and so we're gonna quadruple that. So baking soda has a lot of good properties, but it is also, when you're making a homemade bath product, it is what gives the fizzy sort of texture to the bath soak. I don't know. And then we're going to do rosemary and chamomile. It's a 1/4 cup of each. So this is kind of what made me decide to do a quadruple batch. This is about a cup, and this was an extra jar, so I wanted to get rid of it. And then we'll do a cup of the chamomile. And because we're going to use this bath soak and just literally dump it right in the bath water, I'm going to grind this up first. If this were like a bath tea that I was going to steep first and then pour the water into the bath, I would not grind them up. I would just leave them whole. But in this application, we don't want whole chamomile flowers floating in the bath or going down the drain and clogging it. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up a little bit first. Oh, it smells so good. And then I'm also going to add some rosemary and chamomile essential oils. I'm going to do about 40 drops of the rosemary, and then we're going to do about 20 drops of the Roman chamomile.
That smells even better.
So now I'm going to stir. Sodium bicarbonate or baking soda chunks broken up. Now we bottle.
Actually, don't do that. That'd be lying. Don't do that.
No. I can do it without lying. I've done it before.
Rosemary chamomile bath soak.
Check.
Good. There's your green.